Okay. Well, I had CFS for around 24 years before I found the Institute for the Study of Peak States and their clinics uh, and their cure for CFS. Um, Basically, I had CFS for over 24 years. Um, and well, I went through stages, but for a good part of the time, I was pretty disabled. In fact, it was about the worst it's ever been pretty recently, like for the past 2 years, 3 years or so, I could hardly do anything. I was laying around in bed all day, uh, could barely handle the, the bare necessities of life, feeding myself. Uh, and post-exertional malaise. Uh, if I was lying there, I'd feel, okay. But if I ever did any kind of exertion, afterwards I would just collapse. Be in bed for days, weeks, or sometimes in the past I pushed myself pretty hard for longer periods, and then it would feel like I never recovered. It would just be years, maybe a year or two, just really wiped out before I would finally start to recover and get back to, you know, uh, normal level of CFS, which is still pretty bad. Still unable to do anything, can't work. I lost all my friends, social life, pretty much non-existent, uh, and just really bored, lonely all day long, just trying to make it through the day every day. Uh, I had orthostatic intolerance, so if standing in one place for even a few seconds, or sitting upright like I am now, I'd be really uncomfortable. Have to lean up on the wall or something. Uh, but it would be better to lie down, and so I was lying down all day long, just watching TV. Um, and even that, sometimes I would get so tired that I couldn't watch TV. Just the visual stimulation, mental stimulation, just too tired for even that. But at the same time, I'd be all restless and so wired and tired at the same time. Probably people that never experienced that have no idea what that's like, but it's a hellish feeling because you can't rest. You're extraordinarily tired, and yet you cannot rest. Uh, Appetite really poor, so eating is a chore. It's already a chore just to prepare the food, but then I wouldn't even really want to eat. I'd be sort of nauseated, like 24/7, dealing with weight loss, and then of course that not having the food calories compounds the fatigue, and then you get hypoglycemia. Anyway, I could go on and on about all the CFS symptoms. Uh, and so, again, 24 years of that kind of stuff going on. I tried all kind of different therapies, both conventional medicine, alternative of various kinds, energy medicine. Uh, then there's a lot of new kind of biochemical therapies, like Dr. Myhill's mitochondrial protocol. There's the methylation protocol. Uh, there's a theory that it's all related to gut dysbiosis. I stayed for 2 weeks at the Clymer Center, which their theory is it's the adrenal burnout. And so there's herbs and things to help rebuild the adrenal glands. So, naturopathy, the whole herbal approach, acupuncture, the Chinese medicine, qigong. It's almost like you name it. I tried it all. I did a whole lot of Zen training. And so none of it really helped. I mean, it helped a little bit. Who knows how bad I would have gotten if I hadn't been doing all that, but it didn't seem to reach the core cause of CFS. So anyway, a few years ago, I guess I was researching natural emotional therapies, and I just happened upon Wholehearted Healing and the Institute for Study of Peak States, ISPS, and I tried it out and it seemed good, and one of my friends tried it out, and Wholehearted Healing, it's like, wow, this is like a good therapy. And then I read about peak states, and it was like, wow, great, looks good. And so I always wanted to look into it further, and my plan was to do Silent Mind at some point, but it cost $700, so I didn't have $700, so I said, well, when I get $700, I'll try Silent Mind, and if that works, that'll be proof that these people are legit, and then, life goes on, and I kind of was doing other things, and then a friend of mine started getting into emotional work, and I said, oh, I thought I'd introduce her to Wholehearted Healing. And so I went back on the site, and then I noticed that they had clinics. And I said, gee, I wonder if they have a treatment for CFS. I looked it up, and sure enough, CFS was there. So I gave Grant a call and set it up, and he said, yeah, and we have paid for results, so we'll give you the treatment. If it doesn't work 100% permanently, you don't pay. I said, yeah, that's good, because what you're promising sounds pretty outlandish, but after 24 years, I lost my whole youth, my whole 20s, my whole 30s, and into my 40s now to this disease, and so I'm willing to try a lot of things to get my life back, and but also, I just had found out about the ISPS a few years ago, and so I kind of saw the history, and I saw some videos with Grant, and it seemed like a good vibe, not a con artist, so and it just seemed really sincere that this pay for results thing, it's a policy that has a lot of integrity behind it. I mean, he really means that it's not like a way to get a foot in the door and then charge you later and give you the whole runaround. No, it's because this is real deal healing. If you're confident in your healing ability, why wouldn't you say, well, if it doesn't work, then you don't have to pay, because you're paying for a product. If you bought a cell phone and it didn't work, you'd return it, right? So it's like that. So yeah, I was willing to go for it, and what happened was, after this first session, they said I might feel cured already. Maybe I shouldn't use the word cure, but healed already. And So that was kind of the unbelievable part. It's like, well, yeah, you might need like a day to recover. That's, how could you imagine that CFS symptoms so debilitating could just be gone just like that? Uh, so, but it kind of was. Um, now Grant had said that other people, it was like that, and they had no other symptoms at all, uh, and could just get up and have a normal life like within the next day or next couple of days. Me, it wasn't quite like that, but even that first day after, I felt markedly different. I mean, it used to be so bad that uh, I would be, if I had to be up and doing things, like say, preparing my meal or something like that, washing the dishes, preparing a bath, anything, just normal everyday activities, I would be just moping through it, just, you know, just barely, just having to summon up so much willpower, and just the feeling of drudgery would be overwhelming, and then I would just make it through it and then have to go lie down. And if at any point during any of that there was a little bobble, like, oh, this little thing's in my way, and so now I gotta reach and lean over a little bit further for the sponge or whatever, that would be like a tremendous ordeal. Um, that went away very next day. I I felt okay. I did still have some fatigue, but it was like a normal person having a cold type of fatigue. Um, and I could easily push through it, and go on about, whatever I had to do. And Grant said to kind of test myself. So I did a whole bunch of carpentry. I was building a shelving unit, and I also went out and was trying to get my little motorcycle started. It weighs maybe 200 pounds, and couldn't get it started, so I started, and just having to kickstart it. That's something that would have wiped me out for a couple of days or longer, week even. Um, Now, you know, not only did I try to kickstart it a bunch of times, I started pushing it up and down hills, trying to, get it to roll and push start. Down, push it up a hill, go down, it wouldn't start, push it up again. Just pushing my deconditioned body after 24 years of lying in bed to its limit. And then on top of that, just all kind of construction work with the shelving unit. So I went from almost bedridden to being able to do that, uh, and just push through the tiredness. Now that fatigue I still had, I suspect is just maybe my body's dealing with toxins. Treatment itself might cause internal changes to be going on that might have to be adjusted to, and or infections will be being killed off, so the immune system's a little bit turned on, and the detox system, the liver, has to deal with toxins. I think it was that kind of stuff. Then I started to notice, maybe CFS is coming back. But they had told me that can happen. They go in, they fix something, and you can feel well, but then it might come back because there's something still wrong that'll bring it back. That was the case with me a couple times. They fixed it up each time. Next day, those symptoms that were coming back, you know, kind of the collapse after exertion, the post-exertional malaise, went away again. You know, they finally found the core cause of CFS, I believe. And what they say it is blocked nuclear pores. Now, I've done tons of research in CFS, never heard that theory before. Well, now it kind of makes sense. You know, everyone's looking for a virus, they're looking for genetics, things that go wrong with the biochemistry, the mitochondria, the endocrine system, the nervous system. Well, why aren't they finding any cause, any treatment? Well, they have treatments, but the cause eludes them, and even a test for CFS eludes them. Well, now that this might be the reason why, because the actual cause seems to be blocked nuclear pores. And it's not just a theory. The ISPS has a treatment for it. Next day, gone. CFS gone. What else can I say? The proof's in the pudding. It works. So now it's over 3 weeks later, and I just paid them. Before that, didn't pay a thing. They did all this work on me, you know, and basically gave me my life back. You know, I've been working every single day, all kind of stuff, you know, mostly building that shelving unit, getting this trailer ready to hit the road. I mean, I wasn't even thinking along those lines before, but now I can travel around, get on with my life. I might want to, you know, study peak states, take seminars, you know, you name it, you know. The world's my oyster now. So let's see, what else do I have to say about all this? Well, okay, I was talking about pay for results. So yeah, they did all that work and never mentioned the money. And then it was all over, and he said, well, it's been 2 weeks, you know, so how about another week? So a total of 3 weeks. You know, that's a good length of time to see if it's stable, if it's permanent. If at that point CFS still seems gone, you know, then pay the fee. So that was maybe 2 days ago. I paid the fee gladly because you know, frankly, this was priceless, absolutely priceless. I could have paid. This treatment is worth way more. I mean, well, like I said, priceless. So, yeah, it's legit. Their claims are legit. The pay for results is legit, and I hope I can do whatever I can to spread the word and help a whole lot of other people. Not just CFS. Their clinics also treat addiction, depression, schizophrenia, ADHD, Asperger's, and they're working on other diseases too, like autism and multiple sclerosis. So this whole thing, the developmental event model, and how traumas block us from having peak states and give us diseases, and cause all kind of, you know, mental illness and even just things that we consider normal just emotional reactivity, getting upset about this and upset about that, interpersonal conflicts, whatever, insecurities, baggage. There's reasons for that and quick fixes now. You don't have to go in psychotherapy for years and it probably won't work. Just within a few sessions, these major debilitating problems in life can be dealt with. So yeah, that's I hope to continue and do some more work and advance myself spiritually with using these new next generation tools. This research seems to be on the cutting edge of transpersonal psychology or study of the mind or spirituality or whatever you want to call it. Well, that's what I basically have dedicated my life to. Even with CFS, that's what I wanted to do. And I thought maybe I could only do a little bit. Now, with my health back, I could do an infinite amount more, and I have this mind-blowing new paradigm to work with for that. So I'm really excited. I'd like to thank Grant and the ISPS and all the therapists who helped me. Thank you so much. Once again, you've given me my life back. It's priceless. I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.